What areas, what kind of change are we expected as Christians in our lives? Number one is change in life's priorities. Life's priorities. Change in that which matters most to us. Change in life's priorities. The priority of a Christian can never be the same as the priority of the world. Life's priorities. For the child of God, he said, seek ye first the kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. The things that matter most to the world can never be the same thing that matter most to us. Am I communicating? I don't know about you, but I don't feel comfortable spending money until I have given God what belongs to him. Am I speaking to somebody here? In the way we spend our time, spend our money, and focus on our priorities, it determines how changed we are. What are the priorities of our lives? It is change. Change in life's priorities. Number two is change in habit and lifestyle. Change in habit and lifestyle. Change in conduct. Habit and lifestyle. When an unbeliever comes late for work and he came by 9 o'clock, he will still write 7:45 or 7:30. When a Christian does the same thing, he's headed to the same destination with that sinner. Do you understand what I'm talking about? When unbelievers carry their products, they mix cement with some things or rebag some things so that they can make more gain. They mix petrol and kerosene or something so it can increase in bulk. All right? They do all manner of things. If a child of God has the same kind of habit, he has the same destination with the sinner. We live in a generation today where some examination halls is more like a discussion center. The teacher turns his back. Question papers and answers have been exchanged. There are people with degree certificate today, and that certificate is not higher than toilet paper, than toilet tissue, because they don't deserve such a degree. They cheated their way to have an ordinary paper that is not higher than tissue paper. And then on their destiny's journey, they are wondering why they are struggling. And they are putting pastor under pressure to pray for miracle to happen for a degree that they did not earn. Is somebody hearing something here today? Take your sin in the presence of the Lord. That the whole world is doing it does not make it right. The standard of God remains sure. It remains very, very sure. There are centers they call miracle centers. Nobody fails. A. What a useless A. Hell-bound A. Distinction in hellology. Are you hearing what I'm saying here today? What a waste. What a waste of time. Waste of life. Waste of energy. Do you understand what I'm talking about? But there are many times that somebody is giving money from the office, and there's something they call the retirement of account, to retire and say this was what and what. Not that they gave you and say this is your allowance for this, but this is something to be retired. No change. Take this, no change. Yet church going does not stop. In fact, you come early and stay until everybody has left. What is the use of church attendance that does not change lives? And what is the use of church attendance that still end the man in hell? There must be change. Change in habit. There must be change in lifestyle. Thirdly, there must be change in appearance. Change in appearance. Change in look. I don't care what anybody says. There is a godly look and there is an ungodly look. If you see a real godly person, there is a look they carry, an appearance, a persona. If you see an ungodly person, there is a look. Let nobody deceive us. That we live in an era of liberty and everything is permissive is a lie from the pit of hell. I know in those days, in the village, based on both correct culture and godly culture, ladies will find it difficult to sit on bicycle like this. They sit and cross their leg on the other side. How many of you understand what I'm talking about? That's a level of decency and modesty. They sit on the other side like this. I'm sure you understand what I'm talking about. And cross their leg like this. Am I communicating? You see, Solomon talked about the attire of a harlot. In Proverbs chapter 7 and in verse 10, he saw a woman, he said, with the attire of a harlot. Proverbs 7:10. And somebody said there is no dress like that. What is the attire of the harlot? The attire of the harlot is the attire that markets the flesh as a good for use. Markets the flesh as a product to be exploited. Right? When you come to any organization, they market their products. In these end times, there is too much flesh marketing going on. The tighter, the better. Tight at the back, tight at the chest, tight at the sides, so that you can properly market flesh. They wear it to the disco and wear it to church. And we say God is not watching. Why do we deceive ourselves? You clap and sing for nothing and still end in hell. Do you understand? The tighter, the better is the marketing of the flesh. Instead of us advertising our spirituality, we are a generation of people advertising our carnality. See how fat my chest is. See how fat my back is. See how fat my sides are. Just take a look. Just take a look. And when people look at you, the first thing that comes to their mind is immorality. You are now directing people in directions that will lead them in damnation. And yet, I am a daughter of Zion. I am a child of God. What happens to decency? What happened to dignity? Do you understand what I'm talking about? One of the worst things that can happen to a church person is to become a tool in the hand of Satan. Do you understand? The tragedy is that many children of God has joined the children of the devil to fulfill Satan's vision. Take your seat. Look at all the men seated here. Very rare before you will see anybody with an open chest. And even if he's not wearing a tie, his button is on the neck here. For the women is the opposite. The cleavage of the chest must be open. The things that used to be hidden in those days are now to be exposed to the damnation of the world. And we wear like that and come to church. And the challenge is that grandmothers are wearing the same thing. There is no age difference anymore. I saw a woman drawing my attention at the reception the other day. Elderly woman, wrinkle everywhere. And yet is still exposing the chest and the cleavage. I say, what a madness is this? It's a demon. It's a spirit of the age that is defiling the world and then trying to defile the church and must be resisted. Kind of God changed your life and did not change your wardrobe. When I gave my life to Christ, my wardrobe changed. I am a man, but my wardrobe changed. Take your seat. Is somebody hearing what I'm saying here? It's not a matter of rules and regulations. Let your conscience convince you. The way you are looking, do you represent the kingdom? If the master appears suddenly, can he call you, daughter, how are you? St. Augustine of old said, preach the gospel always, and when necessary, use words. You know the meaning of that? Let your life be the major preaching. In our own village, if they see you some kind, they say, see prostitute going. In our village, if they see you some kind, the way some people appear in church now, if it was on, they say, see prostitute going. You say the same in your village. See prostitute going. You have not, they don't know where you are going. You may even be carrying Bible going to church, say, see prostitute going. Because there is an Egyptian lifestyle. And there is a Hebrew lifestyle. And God is calling us today to take him seriously and take our souls seriously, so that nobody blames him after death. Take your seat. Change is in appearance, look. I said there is a godly look and there is